What's up guys, and welcome to another video. So today we're going to be checking out this Kemimoto box. So this is my Razor Pro XP 2022, and we're going to be checking this out, kind of showing you what I've been using this thing for. So I've been running it for, I'd say, at least a month, but this thing is pretty awesome. I'm going to show you some stuff that I normally carry sometimes if I go on a longer trip, so let's check it out. So I'm going to show y'all some stuff that I use, and we'll check this thing out a little closer after I get it filled up. But this thing is pretty cool. So this is their storage box. It's sealed all the way around, so no dust has gotten in it. So I've been mud riding in like the dustiest places you could think of, and there's no dust in it, so it definitely works. So let's start filling this thing up with some stuff that I use. Alright, so you know you gotta have your tool kits. This is a full ratchet set, and I like to bring an impact just to make things easier. So we'll go on, set this down up in here. Now the Pro XPs, they do have small beds, but this helps out a lot to keep your stuff dry and, you know, just safe. I also like to bring an extra one. This is just like a nut driver kind of deal, but I always bring that too. You never know when you're going to need this kind of stuff, and you also never know when your buddies might need it, because sometimes they may break down, and then sometimes you may break down, and you don't want to be stranded. So this is just your average spray bottle. It's got some cleaning product in it right now, but I usually fill this thing up with just straight water, and I use it for, you know, if my windshield gets a little dusty or dirty or muddy, I can just spray it off and help it stay a little bit cleaner. It's just a thing I always like to do. So you've got to have your WD-40. So any weird squeaks, or I mean, just WD-40 is good for everything. Can't go wrong with bringing WD-40. So I also have an adjustable wrench and two sizes of channel locks. These can do a lot of things, so I bring these because they're kind of like a multi-tool almost. So I always bring these. I also like to bring like a little terry cloth, so if your face gets dirty, or say you're like me and you do YouTube, it's a good way to wipe off them GoPros and you know, keep everything just good and dry. And I mean, you can use it for all kind of stuff. Your hands get dirty, wipe them off. You can really just stuff these everywhere in there if you wanted to, and it will reduce the rattling. So this is one of my older ones, but this is a 20-foot pull strap, and you never know when you're going to get stuck or when some of your friends are going to get stuck, so I always like to have one of these on me because a lot of people really don't carry them. I've noticed that while out riding, and sometimes they won't even have a winch, so you don't want to be out there by yourself and get stuck and be in a bind and have to walk home, because it's not fun. You can also throw you an extra belt because it never hurts, because you never know when something's going to happen and your belt's going to mess up, so you can toss one of those in there too. So for your winch accessories, I got a brand new extra winch rope and then a soft shackle. So I always like to take those, because if you break your own winch cable, have you ever thought about what you're going to do if you don't know how to splice them back together right? Because if you just tie them, they're just going to break. So I like to throw those in there too to have. Kind of can get creative with this, and you can really store a lot of stuff in here. You got to get creative with it. And for those dusty adventures you're going to be taking, if you're wearing a helmet or not wearing a helmet, take one of these with you. They're way better at keeping dust and dirt out of your eyes than any sunshades that I've ever tried before, so that's another good thing to carry in here. I also like to carry an extra hat because I'm a hat guy. This is the LC Power Sports hat. May be for sale soon, so you know, we'll have different colors and all that stuff, but y'all just stay tuned for that. And if you're not really wanting to bring all that certain stuff, you know, you can store extra waters in there if your cooler is overfull, and you can restock it while you're out riding, so that's always handy. You always need water because basically your whole body is made of water almost, so you always need water. And if your friends are really on you about getting to the trails and you're running late, and you got this Kemimoto cup holder and you haven't had a chance to install it yet, you can throw that in there and just install it when you get there. So that's a pretty good bit of stuff that you could bring. You can switch it up, do different things. I like to put all my accessories that I bring like in separate bags, so you know all the rattling won't be there. But that's just a personal preference. But as you can see, you could still fit more, because this box comes up a little bit and sits up a little bit higher than your actual bed, so you couldn't store all that in your bed without it flying out. And then also it's going to protect everything from the sun and everything from the dust, so I mean, it's a win-win really. So I'll come grab y'all and we'll get a little bit closer look at this thing. So guys, I'll say it again, Kemimoto in the past few years has really stepped up their game on quality and just making some pretty neat products. So here's how you open this thing. This latch right here, you pull it down and you'll be able to open it up. I do want to say I have been riding extra rough just to see if this thing would pop off or come open, and it hasn't failed me yet, so I thought that was pretty awesome. But I got this cool little handle looking deal, and it kind of matches the front of your Pro XP if you really think about it. I don't know if they did that on purpose. I thought that was pretty cool. But flip it open, and like I said earlier, this thing kind of goes in and kind of sits up higher when you close it, so you could actually store more than all that I just put in here. So it's pretty awesome. But as you can tell, that's the outside part of it. You see how dusty it is, and the inside is like perfectly clean, and I promise you I haven't wiped it down once on the inside. So what keeps that dust out is there's a seal up in here, and it works great. And if you ever had problems with it, I'm sure you could go to any kind of hardware store and replace it if you wanted to, but I haven't had any issues out of it so far, and it's been probably about a month. So this thing is pretty awesome. So to close it, you just do the same. It's kind of like your average cooler straps that you lock your coolers with, sort of like that style. So that is one more point I wanted to make. So you can fit this easily in your bed of your Pro XP or other Pro models. I'm not sure what all it fits, but I have the Pro XP Sport. But you can also fit a really decent sized cooler behind it, and it still has room. So that's pretty awesome to me. So guys, if you have any machine really, go check out Kemimoto, because they probably have a bunch of stuff for your machine, and the stuff is not like super priced, you know, it's decently priced and good quality. And like when I say good quality, I mean like this stuff is not made, you know, cheap. So I mean, all this stuff here is made very well. Like I ought to do like a whistling diesel style video to see just how tough it is, but like this stuff is strong. I would stand on this. You know what? Matter of fact, I will. Alright guys, if this don't show you that this thing is pretty strong, it's pretty strong. It's not cheap made. And I think I weigh around 200 pounds, so go check out Kemimoto. You won't regret it. They got some pretty cool stuff. And I'll have a link in the description, and it'll let you know everything you want to know, so go check that out. So don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment on what you think about this box. It has not hurt at all. Very strong. We'll see y'all guys on the next video.